Hey, 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 it is your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, coming back again with another court case update. Last week, Dwayne Keith Davis, also known as Keefe D, was granted bail, and a source hearing for the bail was scheduled this morning in a Las Vegas criminal court. For those who are unaware as to who Keefe D is, he was the one that was charged with the involvement of the 1996 unaliving of Tupac. So let's get into this court doc. So we have here the court doc for the state of Nevada. That's my dog. The state of Nevada versus Dwayne Davis. The case type is a felony misdemeanor. And I'm not going to take too much of y'all time. We're going to get straight to the docket. But this is what he was charged with: unaliving with the use of a deadly weapon. So, scrolling down to the events that sparked the hearing for today, was the judge actually granted the bail in the amount of 75, not 75, $750,000. The surety bond acceptance notice was docketed, and then a notice of hearing was filed with the clerk. This hearing was scheduled for today. And of course, the media, they are always going to request have their cameras in any type of court proceeding. So they have to do that before they are allowed in the court. So going down to today's hearing that was scheduled at 9 a.m. Because that is a significant amount, and due to the nature of the court case, they are questioning the bail and who paid the bail. If you don't know who paid it, based off of the thumbnail, that's right, Wack 100, who is involved in any and everybody's stuff. And apparently, he's a manager for everybody. But he is the one who put up the post for him. And so I am going to share Law and Crimes video that they did this morning, showing the interrogation from the court, from both the opposing counsel as well as the plaintiff, as to the source. How did you come up with the money? Where did the money come from? So on and so forth. So definitely this is an hour long, so I am going to let it play, but I will love to hear what you guys think in the comment section. Let's get into it.
Correct. All right. Mr. Jones, I'm going to place you under oath.
Please raise your right hand. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Cash, C-A-S-H, Jones, J-O-N-E-S.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Arnold, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, what was the amount that you paid for the bail bond premium in this case?
112,000. It was 15% of whatever the 750 was.
Okay,
112,000 and some odd dollars.
$500, is that correct?
112.5, yes sir, yes sir.
And you paid that out of your business?
Yes sir.
And what's your business name, sir?
100 Entertainment.
And you're the sole owner of that business, is that correct?
Yes sir.
And that business is a a business license to do business in the state of Nevada?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you had that business?
Oh, roughly 8 years, maybe.
And again, you used the proceeds from that business and you provided us with the documents showing that those amounts were taken from your business account. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How do you know Mr. Davis, sir?
I know him through passing. I know his son. I know him. We sat down and talked a few times. In general, about personal things. I think he was having this bout with cancer, and personal things, industry stuff. Just regular conversation. He's always been a monumental guy in our community. Conversation. So and I've helped several people in our community, whether it was funerals, whether it was for bail. In this situation, I know his cancer has been, I don't know if it's come out of remission, but within speaking with his son, I know he's having an issue in there, so I'll let the help in hand.
We appreciate that, sir. Sir, are you deriving any benefit financially from Mr. Davis's release?
I know, man.
All right, I have no further questions, John.
State cross-examination.
Yes, do you need me to stand up at the podium because of the blue jeans aspect? Or
Honey, did you clean the vacuum?
Sir, you're in the entertainment business, is that right?
That's one of my businesses, yes.
Sure. And you also go by the moniker Wack 100?
Yes, I do.
And one of the things that you do is manage some artists like The Game and Blueface, etc.
Yes.
And where do you live?
I have a residence in California. I have multiple residences in California, Oklahoma, as well as New Jersey and New York.
Did y'all hear him say Oklahoma? I didn't even know he had residence in Oklahoma. But continue.
Okay. And is it fair to say that the last 4 digits of your phone number are 697?
6979.
Okay. All right. And I want to turn your attention. We were provided a letter by Mr. Arnold that said that you had known Mr. Davis and his family for many years. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, they're a pillar of our community, especially our urban community.
Well, I think let me clarify. You said I have been a good friend of Mr. Davis and his family for many years. Is that right?
Well, I know his sister. I know him. I know his son.
When did you first meet Mr. Davis?
Oh. In passing, maybe about, 8 years ago, maybe.
When did you become good friends with Mr. Davis?
Good friends with a lot of people.
I'm sorry, when did you become good friends with Mr. Davis?
The day I met him, the day we shook hands. We come from our upbringing, we come from the opposite sides of the track. So, in my travels over the last 25 years of coming from the gang life and making my exit from being a gang banger, anybody that I meet that's willing to sit down with me and be cordial and be respectful, I'm going to consider a good friend.
All right, and so the other thing you say in the letter that Mr. Arnold provided to us is that the money is a gift and Mr. Davis is not obligated to repay. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Do you have any contract between you and Mr. Davis?
Not as of yet.
Okay. Do you have any financial agreement with Mr. Davis?
Not as of yet.
Do you have any financial agreement with his son?
No, I don't. I allow him to come work for me. That's what he want to do, to try to get him out the streets.
Now, so are there any stipulations that you have with Mr. Davis in order to put up this money for him?
Well, my stipulation with the bail bond, but I definitely want him to be on house arrest to protect myself.
Now, have you ever said you were thinking about getting Mr. Davis out with the stipulation that you do a series with him?
We've had talks and conversations just about what would be a series, as a the BMF series, and just in question, in general conversation, talking about his life story. But I'm not in TV land. I'm in music. I don't do TV.
Okay.
I've never done a television show or any of that. I do music streaming, diapers, stuff like that.
Okay, so I just want to be very clear about this. Have you ever stated that you planned on getting Mr. Davis out as long as he did a stipulation with you to do a television series with you?
Oh, I have said this story would be a very interesting story. As if Orlando would be a very interesting story. As if the BMS story, as if my story.
One, I just want you guys to pay attention. He never stares into the camera. I know it's over Zoom, but you're looking everywhere but the camera. The second thing is, I hope you guys understand what the stipulations were. Pretty much what Wack is saying, I'm going to give you this money to get you out, but you got to do this for me. Hmm.
We talk about it. Everybody talks about it. But again, that's not my lane. If that's what he chooses to do, then that's what he chooses to do. That's not what I do.
And you had mentioned earlier, you had agreed with me earlier that the last four digits of your phone number were 6979, correct?
6979, yes.
And you've had at least one conversation with Mr. Davis via jail calls, is that correct?
One call, yes. I spoke with him one time.
And as part of that time, you asked Mr. Davis whether or not he had signed the contract, is that right?
Yes, I did.
What contract was that?
His life rights contract. Somebody told me he had did a life rights deal, and I was asking him why didn't they come assist him.
And so you didn't ask him to send you his waiver of his life rights to you, have you?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, again, that's not my lane. That's not what I do. I do music.
And I'm gonna have to play some exhibits later, Your Honor. But in terms of if someone were to say that this money put up is not entirely for you, would that be the truth or a lie?
Say again?
If someone were to say that the money provided here to bail Mr. Davis out is not from you, would that be the truth or a lie?
Be a lie.
Okay. If someone,
I didn't send the money. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Saying I'm not the one providing the funds?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a lie.
So you've been injured in a recent car accident and you want to get a major check like this right here. Here's what you're going to do.
Someone said you're being used as a front. Would that be the truth or a lie?
That would be a lie.
If someone says you are a middleman in this transaction, would that be a truth or a lie?
That would be a lie.
If somebody said that there's a movie company putting up the money for you, would that be the truth or a lie?
What company?
A movie company.
No, that would be a lie.
Okay. So your testimony is you're not a middleman.
I'm not a what?
A middleman.
No, I have no contracts with any movie companies. I've never had a contract with a movie company. I've never done television. It's not my thing. I'm actually moving out of entertainment into the diaper business. I have a company called Incredible Diapers. I have contracts in Congo, Nigeria.
Yeah, I had to stop it. This man did not say he is moving out of the entertainment business to go into the diaper business because he has contracts, apparently not only in the US, but also in Africa. Okay, Wack.
Nigeria, Amazon, Walmart, and Kroger. So I'm really moving away from entertainment. These are things I can provide documents, MOUs, contracts for.
No, and I appreciate that, Mr. Jones. Your Honor, I think I'm going to have, I don't know how mechanically we want to do this. I have a video featuring Mr. Jones talking about the stipulations that he would require.
Let's do the interview.
Yes. And then I also have a couple of jail calls talking about signing a contract with Mr.
You just play them, and then they will play both from your computer, and they will play through the speakers.
I think for this witness in particular,
Have you ever met Keefe?
I'm going to stop it for
You know,
a second.
person? Yeah.
Do you want to authenticate that with them?
it's going to be
Live TV interview.
yeah. So you agree that you did a Vlad TV interview? Is that right?
I work for Vlad. I'm contracted to go to Vlad. I go there like every 2-3 months.
In fact, you did one about a month ago. Is that right?
1 or 2 ago, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And I think Mr.
About
Arnold.
months ago, about 2-3 months, 2-3 months ago. Yeah.
I think Mr. Arnold will stipulate that the person
Shout out
is
to
Wack
Law
100
Crime.
is Mr. Jones.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I think we have foundation for the Vlad interview for 21. You may play.
His lawyer did an interview recently and said, Keefe is a liar. He made up all this stuff just to make some money for people like, me, for interviews, and to get out of a serious drug case. He was never in Las Vegas. All this is fake. And he's not connected to Tupac's murder at all. Yeah, I believe him. You believe him? Do I believe him? That's up to law enforcement. That's I'm not going to say. That's up to law enforcement. Be home in the next one. I'm thinking about going to bed or not. You going to bail out Keefe? Yeah, it's only 75. Well, because $1 million, well, I make 750. 750, so you got to put 75. Yeah, I was thinking about going to get him, and put the stipulations that I do the series on. People are watching. Yeah.
How do celebrities like Justin Bieber and The Rock generate hundreds of millions of dollars? It's actually not.
Mr. Jones, did you hear that interview?
First day interview.
Yeah, and it's fair to say that.
Do you understand why?
Wait, sir. You can answer my questions. I'm sure Mr. Arnold has questions for you. You can answer those as well. So it's fair to say that you said you would bail Mr. Davis out as long as he follows some stipulations, correct?
Well, it's just entertainment with Vlad. You know, you think it's
Sir, my question my question simply requires a yes or no answer. Did you tell, or did you say that you would bail out Mr. Davis, assuming he follows some stipulations?
With Vlad, me and Vlad discussed that.
Okay,
We don't say that. We discussed what we're going to do before we interview. Now, everybody knows that about Vlad.
And in fact, you said that you would bail him out in return for an agreement to do a series on Mr. Davis' life, correct?
That's what I said to Vlad, but EPD is already involved with somebody with that, I believe, with his book. I have no contracts with him or no dealings with him on that.
Okay, so you're saying what you said is just not true.
We have, before you go on Vlad, you have a discussion about what you're going to talk about, what needs to be said so we can drive the views. There's nothing about Vlad or nothing about YouTube that says that we're being truthful about what we're saying. We're entertaining. I'm just...
Did y'all catch that? So pretty much, if you go on Vlad's TV, or any show for that matter, you discuss what you're going to talk about, but then he proceeds to say it's entertainment. Nothing is really truthful. I hope you guys caught that.
being truthful with you. I do a lot of interviews. I do interviews every week on No Jumper, and we sit there and we BS about things, and we exaggerate things, or we make up things. It's a view thing. They pay you for that.
Okay, so you are exaggerating or not telling the truth when you're on Vlad TV.
I mean, you see the number I gave wasn't accurate. If I was gonna, that's what the conversation was. I would have gave you the accurate number if that's what it was.
All right, Your Honor, at this point, I would like to publish a jail call between Mr. Davis and Mr. Jones. This is from, sorry. In order to protect Mr. Jones' privacy, it's just the last four digits are 697.
No. Oh, excuse me. My last four is 6979. He's never called me direct. Somebody's always called me for him.
So we agree your last four are 697, correct?
No. My last four or three, what did we say? But my last three is 979.
Yes, we agree with that. I'm going to publish a call between Mr. Davis and Mr. Jones.
Okay.
What up, man? Yeah, I'm got him on. I'm getting murdered. I've been on the board, yeah. That's playing last week. With the cover, I said, don't tell your dad can't get him. Stop playing. Yeah, I've been doing all my due diligence. I've been set back up. We can get right to it. Once you come home, niggas got to string the things out. You know what I'm saying? If that give us time to set up, because my family didn't fuck the movie shit take too long. We can do that later. Let's do the series. You know what I'm saying? We got like 30, 40, we got like at least 30, 40 different episodes with like 3, 4 scenes. Let's start with as a youth, the 15 years, show, the garage, local TV. No, it's cool. We can start to finish. I'm telling you what my idea is, right? And, we can get these first 10 episodes done. We got like 10 for their folks and like can't get out doing that because we get paid that and when we got tired with the names so to make sure we perform. You gotta remember, so this shit can set you up for the rest of your life because that's what you do. It's a life you get this that throughout the whole world forever. So, let me tie in to these big wigs why they got pumped up and amped up and to attach the right names to it. And then at the end of the day, we got the book. The book is pretty much our guide. We turned that into script, TV script form to let us run out the back up. Probably could turn it the first 10, get that first 10 done by the time the culture season starts. When we do that or around that, we good. Say it again. Yeah, but now this ain't even about no views. This is about so we don't do the same number 15 years being arrested as Howard. Yeah, we ain't fuck on you. You going? Yeah, I know that because you got ED story, you got Lady Lane story, your story, Summer Day, Jeff Mo shit. You got all kinds of shit up in there. So we got these 30, 40 episodes. I'm doing my due diligence. They nervous there. People want to check it, they scared. So I had to reach out in and call my people. They ready, they called in there. If they did, I submitted your wife's address because I guess the DA said they want a house arrest, which is so I can get blue face the same way. So and they got to register the address. Yeah. They got to register the address. So I said that over there. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm just waiting on a knucklehead. Yeah, I told you that, man. Listen, I'm in conflict. Fuck all that. It's supposed to be the caddy out. That's it. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? I can't be no more than you.
So, Your Honor, I understand Mr. Davis is part of that conversation, is part of the gives, I can provide a copy to the court wants to hear, but particularly the last end, they're talking about whether or not Mr. Davis has signed the contract, and Mr. Davis confirms that he has signed the contract.
And also they have you provide a list of all of your exhibits to the, yes, sir.
Sign the contract before you need, raided my house, all that stuff.
I know.
Okay.
State has another exhibit to play,
Are there any questions you want to ask?
but nothing for Mr. Davis.
Okay, anything further for Mr. Jones?
No.
Mr. Arnold, any questions you want to ask Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Jones, do you remember the conversation that you had with Mr. Davis by telephone?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell us in regards to the conversation generally, what were you all discussing?
Well, the Bosman was having a troubling time getting a hold of the wife. And unless they had a home he can go to for house arrest, they wasn't moving. I also had discussed with DVD that in fact he'll be a reader's book, right? And that upon him coming home, if he comes home, we can go over his book and some things that could be done and we'll do those things. At the time, everybody has to realize is that I wasn't given any instructions on, I couldn't have an open conversation with him. Open conversation is open conversation. Something that hasn't been done is something that hasn't been done.
Okay. And in that jail phone calls, it talks about something about a contract. Did you and KPD have any contract?
What it was TPD had a vehicle, a very long vehicle, that I was trying to get to, and it's on the East Coast. There was some titling problems. I found the owner of the vehicle. That guy told me what I needed to do if I wanted to obtain this vehicle. So our conversation is all over the place in there. At the end of the day, I don't do television. Is it something that I may look into one day? Possibly. I have artists that have a history. But as of today, right now, as we sit, I have no contract with him. I have no television deal with any network. I'm a business guy, so of course it was a thought. But a thought versus being with the legitimate businesses is two different things.
Do you have anything in writing that states that you will derive any benefit from KPD's release and his story?
No, I don't.
It sounds like eventually you and KPD may sit down and have a conversation. Was that the intent of that discussion?
That's exactly what it is. I can plant a seed. I planted seeds. It took 10 years to grow. But positioning yourself for the near future, that's how I conduct my business. What it is today, there's no business today.
Right. And then in regards to the conversation that you had with Vlad, who's Vlad?
Vlad is a podcast guy. He's a blogger. Bloggers. I blog every week. I blog every Thursday on Little Jumper. And it's a shame that the world takes what we blog about as if it's real. Like it's things that go about me on the internet, down to fights that's not me fighting, and they say it's me. So, at the end of the day,
Did y'all catch that? So many things just happened in this conversation. So his podcast, No Jumper, Vlad, Clubhouse, pretty much what he's saying is we should not take it seriously because it's not real. And the fights that you've seen him in these past few years, they weren't really him. How much of this do you guys really believe? Honestly, how much do you guys really believe? I'm not going to finish the whole video, but I am going to post the link in the notes area or description area so you guys can definitely head over to Law and Crime and watch the full video. But I just wanted to get this to you guys and discuss this with you guys. What do you think about everything that Wack has said in this particular source bail hearing? Now, they're trying to figure out why he decided to provide the money for Keefe D in order to get out. But now all of these other things are popping up. And I'm paying attention to him and I'm like, dang, Waxer, everything that you've been saying is a lie. Everything that you've been doing is for what? Is it for entertainment purposes? Because you said that you weren't in entertainment and you're trying to move away from that. So, what is the end goal? But I want to hear what you guys think about this. I'm going to be out. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support, my Cash App is running on the tab below. Until then, be blessed. I'm out.